This album feels like a bridge between the past, the present, and the future of my music. I think it's for music lovers.
Nelly Furtado is a global superstar. She sold more than 45 million records and has over 20 billion streams. On September 20th, she'll release her 7th album, appropriately titled 7. She joined me recently to chat about it. Hello, Nelly Furtado.
Hi, old friend. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, look, you've been pretty busy since the Juno Awards. 2 hot singles in the past month. So let's start with the new song Corazon, which means heart. Now, this is one of the first songs that was written for the album, correct?
Yes.
Now, please take me to the beginning. How on earth did you end up in Santa Marta, Colombia?
This is such a good story. I'm so glad you asked me. So, my good friends, Miss Genius, Lido Pimienta, she said, you have to go meet my friend Saumet in Colombia. You have to go to the beach where she lives and go to the jungle and just go. You have to meet Lee. And I was like, okay, Lido, on it. And she sent me to Colombia by myself. And I got there, and Lee from Bomba Estero picked me up from the airport. And I went to go stay at her place on Costeño Beach. They have this sort of like cool hotel hostel thing on the beach, and she's got a treehouse studio in the jungle, and the whole thing, very authentic experience. And also Barranquilla, we hooked up with Lido there. And honestly, just sometimes it's about building community, and sometimes you just need to meet other people who are in the same journey as you. And Lee and Lido are both in the journey as me, because we're all mothers, and we are all like balancing being mothers with having careers, and specifically music careers. So there were times when I would get home from the studio, and really late at night, like 6 a.m., and I would text Lido, and she'd be coming off the stage in Amsterdam. So like there's a solidarity in that, and with solidarity comes strength, and with community comes strength. So like I just like Corazon, this song is really just about celebrating that energy of kind of like, you could make mistakes, you could like fall on your face and get back up again. But if all your intentions were good and it was from the heart, de corazón, there are no mistakes. And that's just about, that's the energy of the song. I knew that I wanted Bomba Estéreo on this song. I started it with T Minus, who made this crazy beat, and the beat was always crazy, and the sentiment was cool, and the melodies were tight, but I just wanted to take it to the next level of fusion, because I think people know me for like fusion. They know me for that open-mindedness when it comes to music, and that I'm receptive and open to all styles. I really see beyond genre. I feel like genres are kind of irrelevant, the idea of genre. So like, it's really cool for me to embody that in my music, and I feel like this is one of those songs I'm most proud of, because I feel like we fuse together a lot of different elements in an interesting way, and I think it's for music lovers.
I love that. So Lido Pimienta and Lee Saumet sing on the record, right? Singing on this
it's
single?
kind of confusing. Lido's not on the song. Only Bomba Estéreo is featured. Like all the instruments, we got the guitar, the flute, the drums. And also, actually, this is a cool story. I brought them from Danforth Music Hall to the studio at like 1 a.m, and they cut all that then. But Lee, who's the lead singer of Bomba Estéreo, she sings the rap in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah,
but there definitely was a sisterhood between the three of you in the creation of
we
this.
call each other Las Comadres. And honestly, like Lido and I, we kind of like have this production company called Las Productoras. And it's like Las Productoras, feminine producers. And it's like really just kind of like, again, it's about community, I think, and just kind of people coming together with a... Again, like it's empowering, because I think what Lido told me early on is she'd just be like, remember who you are, remember who you are. And I think I didn't forget who I was, but I feel like when I kind of was like raising my kids and just kind of at home with my 2 youngest, they're only a year apart. And it's like maybe 3 or 4 years of like just being like at home. And I love that. But at the same time, I kind of had to rediscover that real passion I have for music, And that was really fun rediscovering that. It was really fun to rediscover that and accept that they're both important,
Well, there's a lot of rediscovery I'm discovering about this record titled 7. Tell us about the symbolism that's happening here with the title, and why did you choose the title 7?
I kind of wanted something that was very simple because I feel like it's a collection of music. And honestly, I realized like I worked with this really cool photographer, Valentin, on the artwork from Paris, and it's very like fashion. He's kind of comes from the fashion world, and I realized, fashion collections, they don't really name their collections. They'll just be like, fall 2024, whatever resort collection, So I was like, I like that because this album feels like a bridge, between the past, the present, and the future of my music. And I think it's a continuum, rather than, it's not really a destination. It's just like a continuum. So that's why, yeah, I chose 7. And just for simple things, like it'd been 7 years since my last one. It's my 7th studio album.
Well, I think that's awesome that, the number 7 is so symbolic. 7 years and the 7th album. That's pretty big. That's
And
serious.
it wasn't intentional, but I realized that the 7's on my back, so it's kind of like on my cover. So it's kind of like, wow, it's like you carry those 7 years on your back, right? Because
Yeah.
you're like, what did you live? And I think because my music's so personal, it's just like what I live and what I do. I think that really resonates with me because like I do go back and listen to my old albums sometimes, and it's the reasons are very, very, very the reasons are quite innocent.
Right.
I really go back as if I'm reading an old diary
Right.
to kind of remember like what I might have been going through at that time in my life and
Right.
what I polished it into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cool to go back and listen to the old material and rediscover who you were back then. But now, here we are right now. I got to ask you, how are you feeling today? Who are you today before this record drops in September?
I feel like I'm 17 again, walking through the streets of Toronto with my raver pants, putting up flyers so people will come watch me sing, and kind of just wanting to get in the studio and drop some bars. Like
I love that. I love that.
I say that with all authenticity, but of course, I think to my career, I bring a new sense of purpose, I think, for myself, and I think I bring a new focus for myself, and I've realized that I'm just competing with myself. I just have to put my best foot forward every day, and just simplify. Like it's what I do. It's my craft, so I better work hard at it, and that's what I've been doing. Just really trying to work as hard as I possibly can on every element of what I do, including the live performances, which really mean a lot to me.
Well, I love the curiosity that you always have when you create new music. I'm a big fan, and good luck to you, and thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Mwah.
Absolutely.
Merci.